Hi, Chris, you there?
I'm here, Josh. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks at all. How about yourself?
Yes, good, thank you, mate. Enjoying the weather at the moment. It's quite nice out there today.
It's a great day to be sat inside doing a 12-hour property consultancy.
I was thinking this over the weekend. You picked the nicest weather ever to put this event
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It's just sod's law, isn't it? 22 degrees outside. I should be having a barbecue.
No, it's cool, mate. Thanks for inviting me on. It's cool.
Perfect. So have you got some slides to run through or for
I
this?
do, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me just share this. Share that. Can you see them, all right?
Yeah, perfect. I can see that.
Cool. Thank you very much. How long we got? We got an hour, did you say?
Yeah, got an hour. What we'll do is I'll turn video and mic off, jump back on at about 10 to 7 for a bit of Q&A.
Cool. Sounds good, mate. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Josh, for the invite, and Alice. This event, just watching it over the last couple of days, has been genuinely incredible. And to be fair, thank you so much for joining me on at 6 o'clock in the evening to hear about the incredible platform that's Instagram. It's the thing that's made the biggest difference in my kind of entrepreneurship journey so far. And what I want to share with you today is how you can turn your Instagram profile into a lead generation machine using just 30 minutes a day. Now, this presentation is kind of spurned from the idea of the fact that people, although we're in a position where we've probably got more time than ever, that efficiency with the way that we use social media needs to be approached and actually talked about, because I think we spend so many minutes or hours of the day on social at the moment, and we can actually get lost in the fact that we could be simply just wasting time. And for me, time is everything. Time is the reason I got into business. Time is the reason that I decided to actually leave my job and focus on creating a business, which was ultimately going to provide me with the freedom that I was looking for. Now, for those of you that have no clue who I am, now I've been in the property industry for 3 years, and I previously had a background in Airbnb and serviced accommodation. I'm now no longer involved in that sector at all. It's something that I moved out of purely because of the love that I found for marketing and Instagram specifically. So I'm now more known for Instagrammatics and the way that we actually now build personal and business brands on the platform. Whether you're in property or you're in any other business whatsoever, Instagram can be used to generate leads. And what I want to break down for you today is the exact ways in which we do that. But social media for me, like I'm sure a lot of people, I've listened to a few speakers across the weekend, and I think you can actually start to see now, if you didn't before, the opportunities that it provides us, and actually the possibility of being able to scale our businesses so much quicker when it's used in the right way. That's the biggest thing for me. I think you can spend hours and hours on social and actually not get a result. Whereas if you follow these specific steps I'm going to break down for you this evening, you'll be on to an absolute winner with your social media strategy. And I hope that you use Instagram as your central point to do it, because for me, it's what's provided me the best results. Because since June 2018, I've gained personally over 33,000 personal followers. We generated over 400,000 followers for our clients, so across the portfolios that we've managed over those 2 years. Generated over 470 grand in organic sales for our customers, whether that was in property or whether it was in any other entrepreneurial expert corporate company. And now I spend my time actually speaking on a lot of stages over the UK, more than ever now on virtual presentations just like this, rather than on stages like there on the right hand side. I mean, that was my biggest event to date, where I spoke at Expert Empires in November last year. And I primarily talk to people about how they can use this platform to generate insane results when it comes to adding credibility and adding authority to their business. Because this all started because I
Hi, Chris. Is your audio good? I'm not sure if it's just cut out a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, all good now.
Cool. Don't know what happened there. No worries, mate. But yeah, I had a bit of a problem with the technology that I've had there as well. But yeah, for me, it all started because I had a bit of an addiction. I had an addiction to being on my phone 24/7 and actually not being able to spend my time living in the present, but also if I was using it for business, not using it in the right way. And now the way that we look at this is I found out a pretty cool stat, and it's actually quite scary. And that is actually that we spend, on average, 144 minutes a day looking at our phones on social media. And the average stat is actually that we spend, on average, 53 minutes a day on Instagram. Now, the only thing that's higher is Facebook right now. And I think TikTok's catching it up. I'm spending a lot of time watching stupid videos on TikTok. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Drop a comment in the Facebook chat if you're spending a bit more time on TikTok right now. But tonight, I want to accomplish three things. I want to introduce you to Instagram and the benefits of it and why I try to convince you why everybody should be using this platform. I want to take you through the 6 questions that you need to answer to be able to launch your Instagram profile in the best way, and to basically give you as much content as I possibly can. For those of you that have probably heard me speak before, I tend to just overload my presentations to try and provide as much value as possible and to try and help you as much as I can. I'm all about brand building, I'm all about value. So let's get into it. First of all, first question we need to address, what on earth is Instagram? I keep hearing about it. I've probably got the app downloaded, but I probably don't even know the background of it. Now, it's a photo and video sharing platform. It was founded by these two gents, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger, in 2010. I think the exact date was October the 4th. It was then acquired by Mr. Zuckerberg and Facebook in 2012, and it has grown rapidly since then. It's now the second largest social media platform in the world, and it's mostly known, for me specifically, for the place where we can build personal brands, and the word influencer was born. Now, in the social media world now, you could probably see influencers in primary two areas. One on YouTube and the other on Instagram. That tends to be where the generic mass of influencers, audiences have been born. And for me, it's the perfect combination to focus on. And again, the right combination of social media strategy puts you in such a strong position. So being able to understand how these platforms work. And what I'm not saying here is to chuck everything out the window and just focus on Instagram. What I'm saying is you need to have the social media strategy for each one individually to be able to generate the best results. And when I started to look into some research, there were some stats that completely blew me away. There's over 1 billion, billion people using this platform every single month. Like, the activity on this, I think it's actually closer to 2 billion now than it is 1, but it's growing and growing and growing. And actually over 500 million, so half of that amount, use the platform every single day. Like, it's mental, like how often people are logging into their Instagram profiles now to consume content. And again, the main reason why I chose to use it back in 2018 and why I still use it now is that it got 4 times the engagement compared to Facebook. And when I really go back into like the main area of doing it, there was such a massive opportunity to, one, understand how these influencers were doing it. Now, for those of you that may know that man on the left-hand side, he was the reason that actually made me start documenting my journey when I first started. It's Gary Vaynerchuk, for those of you that don't know. And I want to stress this again. Like, when I started, I was using every social media platform. I was using Facebook groups like we're in today. I was using Instagram as my main central platform, using LinkedIn. I was using Snapchat, Twitter, any way that I could gain attention, which is what Gary taught me. Any way that I could gain attention, I wanted to make sure that I really maximized that opportunity. Because research is everything. Like, I am a Instagram user that focuses on data. And when I looked at these big influencers, these big accounts that had over 1 million followers, I was looking at, like, what was it that made their account stand out? And why were they using Instagram more than any other platform? Like, Gary Vaynerchuk, if you go to his Instagram profile now, you will see the same probably with Grant Cardone, and the 2 people that I know are probably well known watching this presentation right now. You will see specific unique content that they've created today, which is them literally holding their camera up in front of them, talking to it, creating stories. Now, all their other content is most likely scheduled, created by their team, edited, and then mass distributed across all the other platforms. But actually, Instagram is where they create unique content. They're pretty much going live every day right now. They are posting unique content on the platform every single day, multiple times a day. And when I look back and look at the reasons why I started, it was because I looked at what they were doing and thought, if they're doing it and they're that successful, then I 100% need to focus on it. I'd be stupid not to. Content repurposing. Now, for the people that don't know what this means, it's basically where you record one large bit of content, so like a 15-minute video. I've got an example of this, of how we break this down later on in this presentation, but basically, Instagram provides us with one of the best places to create our content for, because there's so many varieties of content you can create. You can create Instagram stories, which are portrait, which can document your day-to-day life. It's probably where the majority of activity goes on in Instagram right now. You can have anything lower than a 1-minute video go onto your feed. You can post photos, infographics. You can post live content. You can do Instagram TV. Like, there's so many opportunities to be able to make the most of this platform. And if you create it for Instagram, you can easily then take that into your editing software and repurpose it everywhere else. It is the way that the likes of a Gary Vaynerchuk gets mass volume of content out there. It is so powerful. The third reason why I chose to use it was the fact of the direct messaging feature within Instagram. Like, I was watching a video back in, I think it was like July 2018, I think it was just after my birthday. And Gary Vaynerchuk literally did a video and he was like, if you want to get hold of me, just send me a direct message. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So I sent him a direct message and I got a response back, which was an audio note from him. I've still got it saved now. Probably should have put it in this presentation. It would have been quite cool. But basically, it was just like, hey, thanks for following. Appreciate the love. Keep on engaging. Keep on subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. It was just a simple thing like that. And I was thinking, you know what? Like, if I was to do that with my audience, bearing in mind he is that big, like, the results that I could get would completely change the way I'm perceived in the world. And I thought, you know what? Let's start going. Sliding into people's DMs is exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis, but I don't do it for relationship reasons. I do it for business reasons. I'm looking to connect with my ideal audience. Because the engagement on this platform is insane. Like I said, 500 million people on average are using this platform every single day. And if you're able to actually use that to gain their attention, to then put them into your profile as a follower, build the relationship up with them, show them how you can then help them, to then actually serve them and turn them into customers, whether that's investors or whether that's them providing you with deals, right? It's such a big opportunity to do it because people are engaging on this platform. People are actively sharing content. Like, the average flipping engagement that we're getting on our accounts right now is like way over 23,000 flipping engagements every time that we post. We're hitting 23,000 people every single time I post. And I'm a nobody. Like, I'm just a property entrepreneur or an ex-property entrepreneur that is now focused on Instagram marketing. Like, you actually become someone, develop results, your engagement will go through the roof on this platform. So the key question for me here is, how can you leverage your Instagram profile to generate leads? Because you can use this profile for personal reasons. You can put your food content out there. You could document yourself going to the gym. Like, you could really, really waste time on this platform because it's so easy to do. I'm sure loads of us do it. We open up our favorite social media platform and we look at the clock, we log on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Before you know it, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and we've wasted an hour. What I want to show you tonight is how you can leverage Instagram to generate leads. And to do that, you need to ask yourself 6 really important questions. Question number 1. Now I'm going to take you right back here into marketing basics because I think it's really important to cover this. Because if you don't know what you actually want to be known for, how on earth is anyone else going to be able to tell you and actually be interested in what you've got to say? Like, before you do anything, you need to know 3 key things. And it all comes from, I guess, the number 1 reason, or the number 3 reasons, I guess, why people aren't getting results from social right now. They have no idea what they're doing it for. So when they're actually putting content out there, they're doing it because they were told to do it. They told it was a good thing to do. They listened to a guru that was out there that said, you need to post as much content as you possibly can. So you were like, okay, let's do it. Let's just post something. I've been told to, let's go. But they have no idea what they're using it for, really. They don't know what they're actually trying to achieve from it. The second reason is, like, I don't know what to talk about. You keep telling me to post shit. You keep telling me to put content out there. But actually, I don't know what I'm going to be putting out there that's actually going to be any use to people. I have no thought process of why I'd even do it, because I'm not that interesting. Like, I have nothing to say. And then the third reason is, if it's not the topic, it's actually who they're speaking to. So you can't grow on Instagram right now unless you know who your profile is for. And it's actually what takes you to the 3 key things that you need to actually look into. The first thing is, you need to know your outcome. So you need to know the reason and the benefits of you putting out Instagram content. So what are you actually trying to achieve from this social media platform? Are you trying to raise your profile so when it comes to raising finance, it becomes a lot easier to have those conversations? One of the examples I can give you actually is when I was going to networking events. Like, me and my business partner at the time were like going to like 3 or 4 networking events every single week. And we found that we were getting to know certain individuals, but I don't know if you can relate to this in the way that networking works, but if you were anything like me, and although I probably seem a bit extroverted now, I was like proper introverted. I sit in my office all day, barely talk to anybody. And even back then, I used to go to networking events, and the only place that you would find me is in the top right-hand corner, hiding away, just listening and taking notes. I was the worst networker of all time. And I found it so difficult to have new conversations with people. Like, I just couldn't do it. I am absolutely terrible with small talk. Like, unless you're talking detailed strategy, in detail information, like, I can't do it. It's like not possible for me. I'm just so awkward. And with the way that Outcome really works is the fact that when I started putting content out there on social, into the different communities on Facebook and then on my Instagram profile as my following started to grow, I noticed that people were starting to recognize me. And it was the weirdest thing in the world. Like, when this first happens to you, I'm sure it's happened to a number of you here already, but you go to a networking event and someone's just like staring at you. And then like an hour later, you notice they're like still staring at you, and they then come up to you and they have the courage to come and go, I know you. And you're like, do you? They're like, no idea who they are. And they're like, yeah, I've seen some of your content online. I really find it interesting. I didn't realize that you did this. How did you go about it? And I was like, oh, right, okay, interesting conversation here, in-depth conversation. This is me. Like, I can't do small talk, but talk to me about my business. I'm all in. Like, I'll talk all night. And suddenly networking became so easy because people knew what to talk to me about. And I started to enjoy it and enjoy it and enjoy it. And I think once I knew my outcome from realizing that, like, I didn't know it back then, I know it now, like social presence, having people actually figure out who I am and what I can help them with. Those conversations of people then approaching and sending messages into my inbox asking for help. But it's so powerful when you get this right. And the people that are getting it right will be able to back me up on this. But the number of messages, the number of times that you get recognized, once it starts, you'll never stop, because it just helps business. It just keeps it ticking over. That's the power of building your brand online. You're not actually connecting with 30 people in a room, in a sweatbox, in a hotel. Like, you're at home, comfort of your own home, you put a bit of content out, and rather than hitting potentially the 10 out of 30 people you can talk to in a networking room, you can hit thousands, tens of thousands. And it's such a huge opportunity when you just commit to doing it. And that was what brought my outcome. That was the reason I chose to do it at the beginning. It was to get my name out there, to make networking easier. And then what it then flipping went into was something that I just didn't realize, because my niche at that point was obviously property. And I think at this point, it really helps to be specific, because when I launched my Instagram profile, there was nobody really talking about the strategy that I was doing in the way that I was doing it. I found my niche really quickly. And the most important thing that you can do with all of this is just make sure that you pick one thing to be known for. You need to understand the strategy that you're in. You need to understand what it is that you want people to come to your profile for. Because if you can't figure that out, you won't be able to optimize your profile in a way that's actually going to capture people's attention when they hit your profile. So finding your niche is really important. The third thing, again, really simple marketing basic stuff here, is understanding who your target market is. Okay, so it's understanding who you want to follow you. Forgetting about the follower number in general. The fact that I've got 33,000 followers is absolutely like pointless. The only thing that makes them useful is the fact that they're interested in what I've got to talk about. Okay, that's the only thing. I would rather have 100 followers that are flipping bought into everything that I deliver than have 30,000 that don't. So this is where I want to get rid of every obstacle out your way here. Do not worry about any likes, any comments, any saves, any shares, any followers that you've got. Like, forget about it when you first start. All you need to think about are these three key things. What do I want to achieve from Instagram? What do I want to talk about? What do I want to be known for? And then who am I actually talking to? If I'm actually going to try and bring people to my profile, what are they going to follow me for? And how can I help them? Because once you go through that exercise, you should be able to complete this statement. And this is just my statement right now. It's my I help statement. It's really important in business, I think. It's very similar to a mission statement. But my primary aspect of everything that I do on social is to basically say, I use social media to help expert entrepreneurs and corporate companies who are struggling to generate online leads, optimize, maximize, and monetize their audiences using Instagram. Okay, so the top line there, experts, entrepreneurs, and corporate companies, that's my target market. That's who I'm looking to hit. Now, that's really vague, really. Like, I really want to dive in deeper into that. Like, who are the experts? Who are the entrepreneurs? Are they property people? Are they online business owners? Like, who is it? The more detailed that you go, the better you're going to be. The second thing is then the outcome for the follower. Okay, so this isn't just for me, this is for my following. So the people that follow me, I want them to make sure that they know that the stuff that they're going to get, the content that they're going to see, is going to help them optimize, maximize, and monetize their audiences. So it's going to help solve the problem. The problem is them that being able to generate online leads, okay? Not being able to generate people that are actually going to buy something from them. Really simple. And then Instagram is my niche. So when you're doing this sort of example in property, it could be, and again, this is just an example off the top of my head, I use my social media profiles to help accountants in London who are struggling to invest their money in the right way, understand the potential that serviced accommodation has for them, using the methods, whether that is rent-to-rent, deal packaging, management, whatever it is that you choose, like using that to be able to provide them with a better return. So everything that goes on my profile is going to be aimed at that target market, talking about that subject, understanding exactly what it is that they're trying to do, and then going all in on it, not wavering away, committing to that mission statement is what's going to really help your Instagram profile go to the next level. Because once you know what it is that you want to be known for, once you know the outcome that you're looking to achieve, once you know who you're looking to target, you then need to look at what your profile says about you, okay? Now, what I'm talking about here is your profile. So for those of you that aren't on Instagram right now, when you go and create your account, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see there is an icon which looks like a face, and normally it'll be your profile picture. Now, what you need to do is click into that, and what you'll then see is this box sitting above the content section of your profile. Now, the first thing that you need to look at is your username. Now, the most important thing here with your username is to make it really, really clear and really, really simple for your followers to find you. Trust me, like the amount of people that I've tried to find online, and just because their name isn't anywhere in their audience, it's like, I can't find them. And it's the most frustrating thing in the world. Like, get your name in your username in some shape or form, please. Like, it makes it so much easier for us as users to be able to find you. Now, if you can't get your name, like, I'm not being funny, I've probably got the most common surname in the history of the internet. And really, apart from Jack Smith, there was no way in hell that I was going to be able to get Chris Taylor. So all I did was add the platform that I specialize in. So it's christaylor.ig. Okay, really, really simple stuff. If you're not following me already, there's your call to action. There's your seed. Go give me a follow. I give loads and loads of free information away. Second thing is your account name. So you can see here, the account name is where it says Instagram Tips with Chris Taylor. Now, the account name is SEOable. So what you want to think about is when your ideal follower is searching for what it is that you do, what keywords they search in. Now, for my example, like if I want my account to appear in anybody's profile where they're looking for Instagram help, Instagram advice, Instagram tips. So when they put in those words, my profile is the thing that snaps up. Again, like the way that you need to do this, just think about it. Any questions, please fire it in the comments box for the Q&A afterwards. I'm here obviously until 7 o'clock. So if you've got any questions on this, please let me know. The third thing is your profile photo. So you'll notice like clear image of your face, bright, smiley, really, really helps. Try to keep it as personal as you possibly can. Your bio section. Now I'm going to do an audit on Josh's profile actually in a second. And the bio is all about actually how you sell yourself. So it's what you want to be known for. Remember the exercise that we did before? It's all about what you want to be known for. When people come to you, what it is that you can help them with. The call to action, you'll notice here, like click below is my call to action. So my bio is all about positioning, and the call to action is all about clicking below to actually ask them, because again, as human beings, we are a creature of nature. If we're not told to do something, we're probably not going to do it. So having that call to action in there is really, really important. And then the sixth thing that we need to look at is our website and our URL. Please, please, please do not use your website homepage in this section, okay? Because Instagram only gives you one link, right? You can't do it unless you've got over 10,000 followers and you've got swipe up, which is the only thing 10,000 followers gives you, by the way. Everyone's always like, how can I get to 10K? I'm like, why do you want to get to 10K? They're like, I want the swipe up thingy. I'm like, but to be honest, no one even uses the swipe up thingy, really. You're better off doing a poll, a yes or a no question, and asking the question if anybody wants to go to the link that you're sending them to, then send them a direct message and send them the link. Like, swipe up, 10,000 followers. Anyway, sorry, sidetracking. Website URL, asking them to click it and having that link take them to somewhere where you can capture their data. Now, you may notice people aren't really willing to give you their real, emphasis on real, email address and phone number anymore. Everybody, I've probably got 3 of them, like spam email address accounts where I can just get access to the thing and then never hear from them again. Like, when you're bribing someone to give you their email address and phone number, and it is a bribe, I'm not hiding the fact, I want people to download it. Like I've got a real highlighted key phrase in my caption, which is like, learn how I earn £5 grand per month from Instagram, click below to find out. Like, I want them to click it. And once they then join, it's my job to make them keep coming back for content. So if you are to generate a lead, remember, because key point here, social media is great. It gives you the opportunity to build your brands, build your audiences up, okay, build your followings. But if they were to remove your account from you, to take it away, so shut down your Instagram account, shut down your Facebook group, shut down your Facebook page or your Facebook profile, you lose every single bit of data. Like, imagine how many hours you've spent building up these relationships. If they suddenly take that away because you've broken something along the terms of service, which actually no one ever reads and no one ever knows what is right and what is wrong, you lose everything. So my 33,000 followers here, like all of that work for 2 years, 2.5 years, totally pointless. So if you're sending people to a website, and the issue thing with websites, I'm going to tell you it right now, is the fact that you've probably got on any generic website, a home page, an about me page, a contact us page, and then an FAQs page. Tends to be the way that it works. The average time spent on a website after click is 4 seconds. 4 seconds, right? So if you are not in their face by the time they click that link, basically saying, click here, download me now, click and enter details now, you're never going to build your email list. You're never going to be able to turn the followers into leads, whether it's investors, whether you're trying to connect with agents online, because trust me, I'm speaking in a group tomorrow afternoon, which is all about, they're all estate agents and letting agents. And like, they're on Instagram now, they're trying to learn the ways to network. And actually, if we've got a solution that can help them, Instagram's a great way to do it, because everyone's trying to use this platform right now. So when you're choosing your link, have a landing page. have something which you can give to your follower in exchange for their email address and phone number, but make sure on that landing page it states that you are going to consistently deliver them good content in email. So please give me your correct and usable email address which you're going to get access to. If you go through to my bit.ly/IGM email list, you will see on there that I am really, really emphasizing the fact that you are going to get so much value by joining that. I will give you daily tips, daily advice, daily things that are helping my agency scale. It's so important to get the data, but to then make sure that those people are then seeing it. So powerful. So Mr. Thorby, here's a little bit of advice for your profile, mate. Actually, better than most that I see. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Really, really good. Couple of changes that I would make. First of all, your username's cool. Joshua Thorby, you've got a unique name. Really, really like that. I think it works nicely. When I searched for you this morning, trying to find a link to join this, it was there. I could find it. I could see your profile. Now, you've obviously done some sort of research or training around it, because not many people know about the account name and the fact that that's actually SEOable and searchable. So having property tax accountant there, I think is flipping epic, mate. I think that's good. It's what you're known for. A couple of things that I change. I'd have that profile photo a bit closer into your face so you can see what you look like. It's a little bit far back, and although it looks quite cool, when people are searching online, they want to see your face. They want to see that it's actually you behind the profile. So I'll just switch that up slightly. The thing that I'd make the changes is in the bio, right? So MD of JSM Partners. Now, I'm quite blunt, mate. I'm really, really straight to the point with the way that this works. Your profile is not for you. It's for all of your audience that are watching it. So you need to tell them the reasons to click that follow button. Okay, so you need some positioning statements that make Josh Thorby the person to flip and follow when it comes to property tax. So MD of JSM Partners, although it's good because it shows the account that you're looking at, I would probably say actually it's a bit of an ego thing having MD and your business in there. I'd probably get that out and go, I help you do this. If you want more information, click here, because this is how good I am at what I do. Bold statement. So you notice on mine, it has the amount of followers that I've grown, the information they can actually tend to expect when they click the follow. And then you've got a call to action in there, which is cool. Book a call with the Calendly link. I think that's great. I would slightly change it, because if someone doesn't want to call, they're not going to give you the data. Or actually, there's people that are probably going to be interested to receive information from you on a daily or a weekly basis that are going to be happy to be put into your nurture sequence, your daily email, if they want the information, okay? And if you ask just for a call, they may not be ready for it right then. So what you could do, and Jen, just a suggestion, you could put in there for 10 tips on how to get through COVID-19 in your business right now. Click below, make it relevant. People will then click on that because they'll be interested. And if you've got a landing page behind it, which basically says, give me your email, give me your phone number for this information, plus weekly tips on how you can actually get through this period of what we're doing, you're going to get a much better conversion and actually start to build your mailing list up. And again, what you can do then is, once they've done that and signed up to the mailing list, it could then take them to the Calendly page and say, look, thanks for downloading the list. If you'd like to have a quick call about your business and how we may be able to help each other, here's the Calendly link. So a much smoother process. You're going to get the details, and then you're also going to get the call if they need it right then and right there. So I hope that's helpful, mate. Third question, what content should I be posting? Right, so important. We've heard so many social media people talk the last 2 days on what content we should be doing. I'm going to give you what's working in my agency right now. So the practical stuff that we're applying to clients' accounts. So there's 10 of them. First thing is education. So again, nice and simple. It's been talked about before. Educate your audience. Once you know who your followers are, find out what they want to learn, bang, hit them with the education. Number 2 is gratitude. It goes a long way. Say thank you. Give someone a shout out. In your content, when you've got a photo wrapped around, with your arm wrapped around someone. I did this recently with a guy called Ryan Pinnock. Amazing guy, talks all about unleashing or unlocking and mastering super consciousness. Gave him a thank you because he's helped me a lot recently. And bang, he shared it then onto his profile, put it into his story. Like, this is all strategy. It's all about thinking tactically here. Yes, I was saying thank you, but I knew he was then going to share it to his audience. Josh, like, I've tagged you in so much stuff over these couple of days, basically hyping up this event, knowing that you're probably going to share it into your audience as well. So although I'm thanking you for the invite, I'm doing it tactically to then make sure that I'm getting in front of your audience as well. Number 3, controversy, grenades, like, they blow up right now. I did this on Facebook and Instagram about a week and a half ago. I put up a conspiracy theory. Like, I didn't really believe it. A few of you may have commented on it because it went ballistic, but I did it to warm the algorithms up. I did it tactically. I did it because actually what I was then doing in my next post was launching my latest product, my 1,000 follower and 30-day challenge. I was launching it. So what I wanted to do was get everybody's eyes on my profile. I wanted to cause a bit of disruption. I wanted to try and gain as much attention as I can, because when that next post goes live, because they've engaged in my previous one, which is obviously blew it up, they would then look at my launch and I would then gain their attention. That's what I'm looking to do with controversy posts. Same with newsjacking. Generic engagement questions like, what are your thoughts on this? How did you think about that? I was watching Designated Survivor last night. How good was that episode? I was watching SAS, Celebrity, watching Tony Billieu, like, get hammered in the room. Like, what did everyone think about that? It's all engagement. There's no other strategic approach apart from trying to get people's attention onto your profile, because guess what? When they see your account and they see an engaging bit of content, it's the number one thing they're going to do. They're going to click on your profile. And if you've got your profile optimized in the same way that we went through Josh's and got it in a point where it's going to gain attention, bang, they're more likely to hit that follow button. Bang, they're going to start seeing your content. You're then going to send them a message. You're then going to build a relationship up. You do that consistently day after day. You're going to start building your database up with hot leads, which you can then convert at a later date. Social proof. So not just your results, but the results that you're getting for other people. If you go back in my Instagram profile, you'll see some of the property results that we were delivering. We were putting the content out there, not to brag, but purely to show people what was possible if they invested. What you've learned, this has probably been my most powerful. Like, I am so transparent with the way that my life is going on social media. Like, I put a video out only 3 days ago, basically about how being on lockdown has basically caused me not to have a turn off button when it comes to work. Like, I've been working non-stop. I was talking to Jamie York, who's speaking after me, after this session actually, only this morning, basically saying like, there's no, because I'm not going to the office, working and then coming home, like, there's no turn off. Like, I can't stop. And it's an issue. And then I put a post out there, and what I realized is that everyone else is having that issue as well. Like, everyone else is having the issue where they're working too much or working too little. And putting that out there gained a load of engagement. And again, we reached so many people. Give me a comment in the Facebook live here if you have ever felt during this lockdown period that there's not a distinct turn-off point, or if you're not getting as much done as you previously did. Like, for me, it's just crazy right now with the way that we're working. Like, it's 6 o'clock or 20 to 7 on a Sunday, and I'm sitting there giving a presentation. And normally I have a thing, like, I don't really work weekends, but there's no such thing as weekends and weekdays anymore. Again, just a post. I ramble, sorry. 8th bit of content you can do is motivational. Okay, so hyping people up, inspiring them, wins and successes. So what's gone well, and then documentation. Documenting my journey was the most powerful thing I ever did. This was my first ever training course. This was then with my branded t-shirt. Again, I didn't really know what I was doing back then, but this was all positioning. First property, business planning, product launch, on holiday, traveling. This was at Grant Cardone's 10X conference, talking on stages, traveling to Barcelona from an event that we got invited to from Kiga, our old channel manager, talking at other events, again, tagging in all these people to get in front of their audiences. Then my own workshops, then on stages again, more stages. This was a free holiday that I got given for going in and mentoring. This conversation, the reason I got out to Ibiza was through a direct message on Instagram, like, mental. Working with clients, some of you may know Dave and Simon, more stages, more positioning, more getting myself out there, telling people what it is that I'm doing. Again, my biggest speaking note to date, You can see the engagement started off with like 20 likes. We're now at 600. Again, I don't look at them. They're a way of measuring, but I don't care if anyone actually watches it or not. This is for me. And as long as I can affect one person with that bit of content, that's the thing that really matters. Because guess what? We're all busy. We all find excuses not to put content out there. So here's just a little trick of how I turn one 15-minute video into 30 or 40 different bits of content. We take the video and we just split off like 10 things that we say that are quite cool. You'll see me do this in my stories, 10 stories that work. Again, Instagram stories, if you want to know how to learn them, I can talk to you offline about it, no problem at all. 5 times Instagram TV videos, you can create 5 3-minute videos. Wouldn't advise you to go anything longer than 3 minutes. Too long, you won't gain the attention that you want. 3 minutes or below, please. 3 Instagram caption shots, we've all seen them. We've all probably done one. The Instagram quote cards are the big smiley face with the jacket, with the suit, with the big quote above my head saying, I'm awesome. Yeah, probably not that much, but again, interesting captions to get them out there, they work. 1-minute educational videos. So they're not Instagram TVs, they're shorter videos, but they're educational. Make sure you tell people what it is that you learn in your documentary video. And again, they turn into education pieces. You can then send this, put it onto Rev, do whatever you want, rev.com, subtitler, £1 a minute. They will then drag that and transcribe it for you. You can then put that as your blog. You can then repost all of this content on every other social media channel. You can use Creator Studio to link Facebook and Instagram together. You can use Buffer if you want to do them all. But again, spread it everywhere. And then guess what? Like the audio, again, if you're documenting your life, there's a guy called Stephen Bartlett. He was on Rob Moore's podcast a few months ago. I've been following him for years. But he's got a podcast called The Diary of a CEO. And again, all he's basically doing is just documenting his life. Really, really fascinating. Listen, you can do the exact same thing if you just use an app called Anchor to pull the audio off. If you want to win on Instagram, there's only 3 things you need to focus on, okay? Everything else, forget. Instagram stories with content, short videos, minute and under, and infographics. Instagram stories allow you to be the TV show, okay? They allow you to create your own reality TV show. If you want an example of someone to use, Russell Brunson, go check his profile out, founder of ClickFunnels. He uses Instagram stories better than anyone else that I've seen. He gets you involved looking at how he's building funnels online to subconsciously embed the fact that you need ClickFunnels in your life. Again, doesn't have to just be business, but again, Instagram stories, when the average user, and you'll be able to back me up if you're using Instagram right now, spends 45 seconds on the platform, okay? Really, really simple. They'll probably open up Instagram, watch 4 to 5 stories. They'll then scroll through 3 to 4 pieces of content. They'll then click into the direct messages and bang, they're off. So get in and start using Instagram stories. There's tutorials all over the place showing you how to use them. Because we are in the informational era. 1 minute and below videos are the way to gain attention. They're the way to get the most engagement. If you're going to do anything longer than that, 3 minutes, I would definitely say get it onto YouTube. It's where you're going to get a longer user time when it comes to it. And infographics. This has been the most successful part. Now, little tip, get a little bottom right shabby photo of you in the bottom right hand corner. Claim the asset. Every content piece that you put out is an asset to your business. So make sure that your face is on it. People react to human beings. People react to faces. So get yourself out there. Question 4, what value can you add to your followers? So again, this is knowledge. This is all about how you can serve. You need to give people a reason to follow you, whether that's in your bio, whether that's in your content, whether that's in your landing page. You need to give them the reason. Why should I follow your account? What makes you different to every other account that's out there? You've got to grip them with the headlines. You've got to grab their attention, and you've got to come from a place of service. You need to be selfless on these platforms. The people that are doing this the best are the people that come to your mind when you think of a certain topic. Like there's certain people in these communities that you think of a keyword, a property strategy, and bang, their name comes up before anyone else's, because they come from a place of service. They want to give. They're looking to get your attention, give you a reason to follow them and to become a raving fan of theirs, because they know that if they can get you there, you will then invest with them. If you flip this and start doing this yourself, your business will transform. Trust me, it completely changed mine. Because here's the mistakes, top mistakes that people make when it comes to content creation. They think selfishly. They post the content that they personally think would be interesting rather than their audience. So they don't ask their audience what they want. They have no strategy. So they think, actually, I'm just going to post for content's sake. I'm not actually going to put something specific out there. There's no strategy behind it. Totally pointless. If you're thinking about this from a business perspective, you need strategy. You need to think what's in it and what's actually going to happen when they follow me. Where are you going to take them? What journey are you going to take them on? And stop focusing on vanity metrics. The biggest mistake that people make is that, oh, I've only got 4 likes, or no one's commenting, or it's only reached 50 people. Get rid of the obstacle. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And no matter where you are, the only way is up. So just get started. Strategy is king. Here's how the pros do it. Again, lovely example. This Grant Cardone talks about real estate now. That's kind of what he does. That's what he really focuses on. He provides that much value out there. He gives, tells you how cash is trash, and really gives a real powerful opinion on it. Gary Vaynerchuk talks all about hustle, huge volumes of content. Like, you need to post more times than you check your phone. Every time you go on it, you need to be posting 100 pieces of content a day. What they're actually doing is strategically, subconsciously placing a thought pattern in your mind to then visit these 2 sites. Grant Cardone is talking about the importance of real estate, the importance of learning, the importance of investing, because every single time that you would digest 3 to 4 bits of his content, he's hitting you with a call to action to go to Cardone Capital. Gary Vaynerchuk does the exact same thing. You think he's coming from a place of service, no doubt, but he's doing it strategically. He is looking to get you to feel that overwhelmed that you then go to his flipping social media agency where he's got a team of 100 people, 250 people, 500 people helping him create this mass amount of content. Overwhelming your audience, giving them that much information that they then want to work with you. This is what all the pros are doing out there, because they want to be seen by the masses, okay? There's 2 ways in which you can do it: hashtags and mass engagement. I'm throwing loads of content at you here because I'm trying to give as much as I can in this 60 minutes. So please bear with me. You can always watch this back on a replay if you want to. Hashtags are a way for the platform to organize content. I always explain it. They're like an index in the back of a non-fiction book. So if you're ever searching for a specific topic, you can go and search that on Instagram, and you can find unique specific content which relates directly to that hashtag. They provide us with an opportunity to be seen by people that currently have no idea who we currently are. The reason why you're most likely not getting any results with your hashtags right now is either because you're not using them or you're doing one of these things. You are actually using hashtags that your target market are not searching for, right? So you've got to think about it. If you're posting about property and your property investment journey, you're trying to target people that are interested not in property, but interested in investing. Okay, so 90% of people that are in the property industry use the property investor, property investing, property investment hashtags. And actually, what you need to be doing is thinking about, if I'm my sort of ideal client, if I'm an investor, what content am I looking at? Best way to do that is to ask your current clients, ask the people that have got investors already, ask investors themselves, because it won't be property. It may be investing, wealth creation, money, all of that sort of topics where if you could just put your investment results in front of them, you can gain their attention. Number 2, you're using hashtags that are too large for your account. So again, using property, using entrepreneur, using business. If you're not using smaller hashtags, you're never ever going to be able to trend in the larger ones unless you're getting huge amounts of engagement, like 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, 500 comments, 1,000 comments, 100 saves, 200 saves within the first flipping 5 minutes that your post goes live. You need to work the strategy that I'm going to break down for you. You're using hashtags that are not relevant to your post. So you're putting your photo of your dinner and then tagging in property. Again, not going to trend, never going to work. And you're using the same hashtags over and over again. There's a term called shadow ban. If you copy and paste hashtags into your post over and over again and never change them, you're going to put yourself in a position where you're never going to trend, because Instagram's terms of service basically states that copy and pasting hashtags is not allowed. So you need to make sure you're at least changing them to make them specific to the content that you're talking about. We normally use anything between 20 and 25 hashtags per post. 50% of them need to have, if I go back a couple of slides, you can see on this left-hand side here, you've got property, 7.7 million, property manager, 292,000. what you need to do is look at that volume and follow this schedule. 50% of your hashtags need to have anything between 10,000 and 100,000. 30% of hashtags need to have between 100 and 250. Again, not going to read the pyramid, it's there for you to use. Best bit of technology that you can use, I'll put it in the comment section after I'm finished, but it's a site called flick.tech. Costs about £8 a month, that allows you to have the perfect hashtag strategy every single time. FLICK.TECH. Best system you'll ever use when it comes to hashtags. If engagement is what matters, what do you need to do more of? You need to grab attention. You create your content. Here's a little process to follow. 10 minutes before you post, you need to identify the hashtags that you're going to use, go into the most recent section of the hashtags and start engaging. The reason why is because 10 minutes before your post goes live, on average, it takes 10 minutes for someone to see a notification. It will appear on that user's phone. Number one thing they're going to do is click on your profile, see that you've just posted and engage backwards. You do this consistently every day, your engagement will start to grow. The number one thing that you should be doing online, quite simply, is talking to each other, okay? Social network, great film. The reason Facebook was launched was simply to connect other people. In this point, I need you to be really honest with me, okay? We all need to be honest. Who watching here tonight, in the comments, has ever accepted a friend request on Facebook, connection on LinkedIn, follow on Instagram, and then never spoken to that person again? I definitely have. To be able to build relationships, we need to dedicate the time to speaking to these people. Now more than ever, we are living in a world where online networking has never been so important. Zoom calls, Instagram messaging, Facebook messaging, it's all so important. We need to gain the attention of these people. The only way that we're going to do it is to connect. You need to connect with new people. Don't be afraid of hitting the follow button and then sending them a message afterwards, introducing yourself. Talk to your new followers. Look to help and build relationships. Don't pitch them, don't sell them, look to serve, because you have no idea who you could meet. Tip number one, use audio. Not only are they quicker to send, they're very personal. They're actually going to be listened to as well. Again, if you go to DMs, the microphone there highlighted, but audio, quick intro message, really powerful. And a bonus question for you. What do you actually need to do to make this work? The key word here is consistency. This is your roadmap to consistency. Number one, have a strategy. So understand what you're going to talk about, at least for the next week. Look at the outcome. What are you trying to achieve? And then work your way back with your content strategy. Then create. Don't look to create content, unless you're documenting, by the way. Don't look to create content each day. Try to look at the strategy and go, okay, cool, these topics are what we're going to talk about. Create it in a batch result. That's the way to stay consistent. Use Creator Studio, Facebook Creator Studio, totally free to schedule your content. And then use Instagram Insights. You'll need to be a professional account to do this. Again, I can do a tutorial video after this if you want to know how. Instagram Insights allows you to then report on your account and actually look at the information of what's doing well and what isn't. So, in 30 minutes a day, here is how you can turn your Instagram account into a lead generation machine. Understand your reputation. Understand what you want to be known for. Optimize your account so it tells people what you do. Then, post once a day following a strategy. Knowledge, provide as much value as you possibly can in your post. Help your audience. Connect with 20 new accounts a day. So follow 20 new people a day. Comment on their post, leave 20 comments, so 1 comment per account, and like their photo as well, or content as well. And send 20 voice notes, just introducing yourself. Ask them what they do. Ask them what they're currently using Instagram for. Ask them if they're interested in property. Just generate conversation like you would in a networking event. If you do this every day for 30 days, trust me, the inbound leads will absolutely fly in. Now, again, I've got so much information in there within the last 60 minutes, so I hope that's been helpful. A massive thank you for listening. If you want more free value from me, so I just give loads of stuff away for free, the link in my Instagram bio, so christaylor.ig, is this link here, bit.ly/IGM email list. Again, that has emails that go out Monday to Friday. The first 4 are all about daily tips that we're using in the agency to maximize our Instagram results. The 5th one is a 5 bullet Friday, so the 5 things that I've learned that week as an entrepreneur in business. Again, like Josh, this has been an incredible event, and I am launching this on the 1st of May. For the first 20 people that donate £5, mate, so a new donation like we've said, I'm going to give a copy away, which is going to be selling for 50 quid online. So again, a nice like big discount on that. And like I did with you, that profile audit, again, for the first 20 people that follow me, join the email list, and then DM you screenshot of that donation, I will do a profile audit for you over the next week. Again, thank you for having me, mate. I know we're coming close to time, but yeah, happy to answer any questions in the comments as well.
Yeah, perfect. So everyone get on that. First 20 people, £5 minimum donation. Send a screenshot of your donation to Chris on Instagram and get that claimed. Cool. So we've got 5 minutes for a couple of questions. Let's have a look what we've got. First off, massive thanks to that. I've scribbled down those changes. I'm going to get on that straight away.
Good stuff, mate.
What we've got. So how do you know which hashtags are the best to get in front of your clients?
So again, the way that I would do it is, one, speak to your audience. So find out what it is. So send them a message, find out what it is that they're currently looking at and what it is that they're following. And then the quick shortcut to doing it is to basically look at what's trending in the keywords that your investors or whoever it is that you're looking to contact, what's trending in those posts currently, and then use their hashtags. That's the way that I do it. So we actually look at what our keywords are for that bit of content, look to see what's in the top 9 performing posts, and then whatever hashtag set's relevant, we would use theirs.
Yep, spot on. What else we've got? So can you have more than one profile for your different businesses?
Yeah, you can. So you can have obviously one for each business that you own. I mean, what I would potentially say is go for a personal brand account. So get your face out there. It's really hard for some people to do. It was hard for me to do. But people right now are reacting to other people. So I would try my best and try to convince everybody to get your face behind your account and tell them what it is that you do and why they should follow you. So much easier.
Yeah, spot on. So we've got Sarah here. Our IG account is our property business name and the profile pic is our logo. Is that a mistake? Too boring? Would we be better having it under our personal names or just more personal posts under our company account?
So having more personal posts under your company account will just confuse people. For me, it's good to have a business account, so have it there because if people search for it, it's credibility. But the best thing that you can do is have your personal account, whether you're in a partnership and it's the both of you, or if it is individually. Like, you're going to get so much more engagement, so much more interaction when your face is out there and people start to learn who you are. Personal branding now, you've heard it this weekend. It's one of the most popular topics. Like, the people who are doing the best right now have big personal brands. Get building that.
Yeah, that's exactly the approach I take. So I've got my account, which is what I put most of the content on. And then JSM Partners, we just do a few posts, a few videos, just to kind of have a presence. Is that the best way to do that?
100%. 100%, yeah.
Perfect. What software do you use to create your posts and to schedule?
So I use Canva to create the infographics. So really easy thing to use there. And then to schedule, I use Facebook Creator Studio. Totally free tool, was released about 3 months ago. Allows you to schedule Facebook and Instagram content for completely free.
Perfect. Cool. Let's try and squeeze one more in. Anything coming in from YouTube? So can you do lives on Instagram like Facebook? Sean's asked.
Yeah, you do it from your story. So when you go onto click on your phone, hit the home button in the bottom left-hand corner. In the top left-hand corner, you'll then see your Instagram story camera. Look to the bottom of your screen, scroll to the left, and you'll see live. And you just click go to live. They're just releasing it, I think, in the next 2 months. So when you go live on Instagram, you can actually connect it so you go live on Facebook at the same time. So that would be really cool.
Cool. One more. So on your infographics, you put a picture of your face. Is that proven to be much better than just a logo or your company name?
Huge, mate. Yeah, huge. Because what you don't want to do is have that post without your face on it, go viral, hit the Explorer page, and then have 10, 20, 30,000 views. And then people actually look at it and they don't know whose content it is. So like, what you want to do is just get your face out there. So there's no doubt. It's like, it's your asset. It's what you created. Therefore, I'm going to go to your profile to see it. There's so many people sharing other people's content now that you want to make sure that if anyone's sharing it, your face is the thing also being shared. Makes a big difference.